Wait, we can speak to the horse. I don't know what I'm looking for, but it must be nearby. Listen to me. I know the truth. Our world is ruled by invisible pink kittens. Commander, is it true that you are so lucky you can throw away a coin and find 20 more right away? Flicks on the head. Flicks on the head. Who wants a flick on the head? Low prices. I don't know what I'm looking for, but it must be nearby. A glass to the crusade, a mug to the king, and a good barrel to the commander. They say some artist painted the commander's portrait, and guess what? It bled beer. Right, okay, so Chili Creek was interesting. I want to teleport back to Dresden now. We need big rests. We need to do some selling as well, which is also something. So we'll go to the streets. I wish it was kind of a more of a closer. As I was saying, I wish it was a closer place to Wolftooth. See if land has anything to say. Probably not. Actually, do you know what I wouldn't mind? Starting to look for the rest of the mountains. Also, I never checked. Please tell me there isn't a time limit in Act 5. I think there is. Hey, deeplings! So much bulk. I'm always scared of selling something that that is good, and then being judged about it later on. I mean, I've already sold so much by accident. At least one of those. Oh wait, should work. At. Don't sell anything that has a yellow thing around it. Got it. Okay, look at all that money we just made. Yay. Yeah, I actually don't know. Is it timed? Treasure to midnight. Okay, Midnight Isle, City Locusts. There doesn't seem to be a countdown on that one. No, there definitely doesn't seem to be. Do go to the dragon's thingy now. More than nothing. Oh, that's right. We've got Camellia. Should we talk to? We'll talk to. Oh, we've got to talk to Anivia as well. So hold on. Let's am clearly missing something within it. I have to say. There's definitely something I'm missing within it. We'll talk to Neva while we're here. And then I think there's a freaking duck. No, hold on a minute. I'm tired of being me. I'm gonna be a duck instead. What? What? Artax, bud. Move over. We'll level you up. Did the duck just speak? I'm tired of being me. I'm gonna be a duck instead. What? What? Okay. 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 I'm a little confused. Commander, good day to you. And all that. I'm Tina from the next door theatre. Remember me? So here's the score. We've finished rehearsing and are ready to stage the world premiere of our play about your exploits. Grandma sent me to invite you. We're ready to get started, so will you come? Oh, great! Let's leave now. Grandma Gretlin's smile shines with pride and happiness. Then her new ladle shines equally bright, and she holds it like a scepter. Ladies and gentlemen, the day has come that every participant in the crusade has awaited with bated breath. The day when we, the Next Door Theatre, finally presents to you our newest production. Theatre! Theatre! Ember laughs melodiously and claps her hands. Grable casts a long, thoughtful look at Ember. The elf's joy is reflected on the dwarf's stern face by a slight smile. The massive prop catapult behind Grandma creaks loudly and somewhat ominously in time with her words. At least you hope it's a prop. Today, we return to the recent past, to one of the first victories won by the Commander. Our show is dedicated to these grandiose, incredible, mind-blowing, exciting, large-scale, grand, and legendary events many of you probably witnessed firsthand. As the director and playwright, I feel humbled and honored to... Captivated by her own speech, Grandma brandishes her ladle with a wild enthusiasm and accidentally touches, but only lightly, one of the catapult's levers. You hear a ferociously loud whisper from the ranks back. Does anyone remember what we used to load the catapult? I have a better question. What did the projectile hit? I see something that resembles the plume of smoke in the place similar to the one where we left the crates our props are in. I put my cherry pie in the catapult bucket to have a secret snack during the performance, and now it flew away. The last sentence is followed by a loud sob. Stop panicking! The show must go on, even if we are left without our costumes and props. If something does not go according to the plan, we improvise, yes? Having whispered these instructions quite loudly to her crew, Grandma Gretlin gives a beaming smile to the audience. Nothing more than a few fireworks to celebrate our premiere, and now shall we begin? Hurrah for the premiere! In the year 4715th, in the area near Dresden, a figure appears in front of an army, awaiting her orders. It is their leader, Knight Commander Titania Von Shire II. The two gnome actors. It doesn't take too much attention to recognize this awkward figure of Rubbledum, the gnome standing on the shoulders of his twin brother, Harifiant. Finally, the day has come! Rubbledum winces and mumbles, making no effort to be discreet. How do you stop moving? I'm going to fall! You won't fall. comes a voice from the middle of the commander's torso. Covered my shoulder pad with strong magic glue, so your boots should be securely attached. Go on with your speech. We'll never get to the exciting part. Fine. You put glue on what? I thought we're supposed to change places during the performance. Now how am I supposed to climb off your shoulders now? Not a problem whatsoever. You take off your boots, I take off my shoulder pads, then we switch, voila. Oh, only, well, I can't take off my boots. My lace kept coming untied, so I fixed them with that same glue. You know, just to be careful. Now you'll need a hacksaw and about now to get these boots off me, and we're in the middle of a show. I've only learned half the lines for this part. What are we gonna do? Rubbledum, improvise, invent something for the... No, I actually really like the lower one, I'm sorry. You can play your parts without switching places. Everyone knows the commander, and by the commander, I, of course, mean me, is a gifted ventriloquist. No one will be surprised if the voice of the play's main character sometimes comes from her belly. Right, but according to the script, it's time for the main character to inspire the army. So what? What do you think that the commander, who is also a ventriloquist, can inspire an army? On the contrary, it's an advantage. There are many ordinary commanders, but there are hardly any ventriloquists among them. Harryfen's voice, which comes from somewhere around the commander's stomach, becomes resonant loud. My fellow crusaders, I tell you this. Not the stomach of a commander as you might think, but a real commander in itself. I look into your eyes. Brother, I hope you're looking at them. Stay on script. I look into your eyes, for I have those secrets from you. I speak not from my mind, but from my heart. Damn, this speech is not exactly appropriate for the current situation. No matter, let's kick some demon ass. Hurrah! And then, with her army properly inspired, the commander explained the details of her grand strategic plan. As we all know, the commander planned to disperse the enemy's legions by charging them on the back of a huge, formidable mountain goat. Grandma pauses and glances askance at the quite ordinary pony standing near the edge of the stage. A huge, but miniature mountain goat of a rare pony-like breed. I'm not completely sure Pretzel is up to the task. I haven't been to any of his rehearsals, but he definitely doesn't look like he's ready to ride down demonic legions. Not to worry, our esteemed Soundmaster is backstage and will lure Pretzel with a carrot. Our pony can move as fast as a hurricane for a carrot. He would charge a Balor if any Balor were foolish enough to stand between Pretzel and the carrot. It seems to me something has gone wrong. Do you know how many ponies I had to audition for this role? An entire herd. This was the only one that was good. He did his trick perfectly during rehearsals. I don't know why he decided to dig his heels in. Now, oh, Pretzel, how you've let me down. And now that all of you have witnessed the most spectacular, dramatic, and impressive culmination of our play, let us return to reality for a moment. To welcome the person whom are all gathered here to celebrate, the Commander. After all, this was one of her earliest adventures. So, what do you say, Commander? Did you like our show? Not bad, but there's room for improvement. Oh, of course, sure. A mysterious smile appears on Grandma Bretton's face. Believe it or not, Commander, but every true comedian knows their calling is to provoke laughter and smiles, not necessarily on stage, and it need not be successful, professional, and perfectly organized performance. Sometimes our art exceeds the limitations of the stage. And now, unfortunately, the time has come to say goodbye. We were with you almost from the first day, but now the show is over, and the next door theatre troupe has other places to be and other plays to perform. Wow, that was the worst play ever. Wow. Well, it's fine. They can't all be absolute bangers, right? Is that the word? Bangers? Is it? I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Okay, we need to talk to Anivia. She should be in here. Oh, look who it is. Hi! Do you remember when I asked you about your dream? You said you wanted to learn how to bake bread. Could you tell me more about that? Is this for Arueshalae? Uh-huh. I can see you. You can come out. Anivia smiles at the half-hidden succubus, bashfully emerging from her hiding place. Now, isn't that better? Anyway, back to the bread. Anivia sighed pensively, her eyes gazing into the distance. When I was just a little snot-nosed kid, my mom hid me from our enemies in the Temple of Desna. Nidal, my birthplace, is a horror show. If it crumbled into the sea tomorrow, I'd throw a party. But the temple was a tiny oasis of a place, peace and calm, hidden away inside all that. Folks in the temple knew how to laugh. They'd sing songs as they did their needlework, and in the morning they'd bake the most fragrant bread in the whole world. I could barely see over the table, but I'd stand and watch as the cook mixed the dough, formed it into rounds, and then put them in the oven. It's the happiest memory of my life. Well, of the crappy part of my life, up until I met Beth, of course. Then, when I bailed on that, I did all kinds of scummy jobs. Crawled through the marshlands, I scrambled over rooftops, I waded through sewers, I spied, I tracked, I killed. And that memory was the thing that kept me going when I was sitting up to my eyeballs in gore or dragging myself through slums with an arrow in my side. I remembered the smell of the bread, the crunch of the crust, how it burned my little fingers. I remembered how happy I was back then. Commander, have you thought about what you'll do after we win? I mean, once we've smashed the demons, closed the world wound, hung up our weapons, what then? I know my war will well and truly be over the morning I get up, mix up dough and put it in the oven. I'm gonna sit there and watch it rise. And then the smell of fresh bread will wake Erebeth, and she'll come into the kitchen, and I'll break her off a steaming, fragrant piece. That's when I'll truly know in my gut that the crusade's over, that our peaceful life has begun. Arueshalae listens to Anivia with rapt attention. When Anivia finishes, the succubus is silent for a long time, and then briskly wipes her eyes. Thank you, Anivia. Desna bless you. I think I understand now. I think I truly understand. Arueshalae turns to you. You see a sparkle of hope in her eyes again, something that's been missing ever since your last visit to the world of dreams. Titania Von Shire, we need to go there again, to the dream world. Now I know how to solve the riddle. Please come speak to me in private as soon as you can. Not waiting for your answer, Arueshalae walks away. Okay? Anivia watches the demon go. Desna teaches that everything we do in our waking hours begins in our dreams. I wonder what my dream helped her understand. But whatever it was, may the goddess watch over her. May the goddess watch over her indeed. Right, okie dokies. Nap time. Did we already nap time? I feel like we've already nap time. I'm gonna nap time again.
Not planning on any more training sessions with the commander, are you? Decided to change tack and started a brawl in a tavern to get her attention?
I don't remember asking for your advice, but I can guess what it might be. Praying to Iomade together?
Damn. But yes, fighting in an abysmal tavern isn't really the best way to get my attention. Apparently flowers is. But, you know, we'll forget about that. We'll forget about that. I forgot what we're doing. Oh, we're gonna go find Deb. Oh, damn it, she's not here. She's still in prison? Are you kidding me? Aru! She must be. Okay. I don't know if we'll find it. Yeah, there is. Who's a good boy? That would be me. Who's a sweetie pie? Me again. Who's a silly little goofball? That's you. Oh, are we nearly there yet? Why is the animal speaking? Wait, we can speak to the horse? I don't know what I'm looking for, but it must be nearby. Listen to me. I know the truth. Our world is ruled by invisible pink kittens. Commander, is it true that you are so lucky you can throw away a coin and find 20 more right away? Flicks on the head, flicks on the head. Who wants a flick on the head? Low prices. I don't know what I'm looking for, but it must be nearby. A glass to the crusade, a mug to the king, and a good barrel to the commander. They say some artist painted the commander's portrait, and guess what? It bled beer. Flicks on the head, flicks on the head. Who wants to flick on the head? Low prices. Commander, is it true? Yep. Oh my god, the horse is speaking to me. Alright, where is Aru? I don't know where she is. She said come find her. I'm not looking for... I don't know where she is. Oh, wait, she could... Oh, right, hold on. Yes. She actually could be in the tavern. Got it. So I was making sure there was no, Wait, we talked to this horse as well. Wait! We can talk more to... Right, this... What does this horse have to say? A pig-faced demon will do for kebabs, and these clawed ones should go well with beer if we boil them, like crawfish. I don't know what I'm looking for. Come on, right, okay. I'm kind of scared. Arueshalae looks at you and smiles sadly without saying, let's go to your dream. Let's do it. I can't wait to finally solve this riddle. Oh, but there's a glimpse of concern appears on the succubus' eager face. My nightmare. It's still in there. Usually he doesn't show up at all, but I think he will attack us when we start altering the very nature of my dream. Better get ready for battle. I'm ready. Arueshalae touches your hand and the real world fades around you. Arueshalae's dream seems even darker and emptier than before. The smell of smoke and ash lingers in the cold air, but you can't see the nightmare, but you can feel it watching you from the dark. The succubus approaches the table reverently, as if approaching a holy altar, and then she hesitates. When Desna asked me, what do you dream of? I didn't know anything about dreams. I'd been trying to imitate mortals, but I never really understood what I was doing. I filled my dreams with so many things, but now I understand why they all burn so easily. They were not real dreams, but how should I put it? Mortals don't actually dream about objects. They dream about ideas. Filling my dream with those items was like stealing a roadside sign from its stake and then claiming I had an entire town in my hands. And Nevia isn't really dreaming about a loaf of bread. Her dream is about a whole new life. A life where there's no war. A life where she lives in her own house and bakes bread for her beloved. I'm sure that if I asked anyone about the things I stored here, they'd tell me why those things are in their dream worlds. The worlds where they find happiness. Did Anivia's words give you any idea about how to find your own dream? They did. Almost. Maybe. I hope so? We'll find out soon enough. This table didn't burn because it is part of my true dream. A part of a world where I am happy. Now, I just have to find out what this world looks like. Arueshalae closes her eyes. The world of my dreams is so close. I can almost see it. Almost. A teapot is on the table. Arueshalae whispers quietly. You can barely hear her words, but as she speaks, the world changes around you. The smell of smoke and ash is replaced by the fragrant aroma of freshly brewed tea. The teacups are full, and steam is rising from them. There's a spot of spilled jam. Cookie crumbs. I must have baked cookies. Planning to drink some tea? A hissing voice full of bitter hatred can be heard in the darkness. You used to drink souls before. How many living souls did you kill, you fiend? How many did you torture to death? You don't deserve a life like this. I've done many terrible things. Arueshalae's voice is quiet but firm. I've ruined many lives, and I'll be paying for that as long as I live. I will fight until we close the world wound, and even after that, as long as there is evil on Galorian. But I will not give up my dream. Whatever it is, without it, I won't have the strength to fight. I'll make you pay with your life. Oh, really?
Defeat is not an option.
It is not. Okay. Excuse me? Okay, there. Girl! Like, damn! Here was me worried for a moment. I was like, I'm ready to, spawn things in. It's like I was gonna bring in all the shiny dudes. Arueshalae stops to catch her breath. These nightmares will never leave me alone. I know that. I deserve them, but it is so hard to fight them off over and over again. You cannot have dreams without nightmares. They are the price you must pay for your humanity. Yes, I know. Thank you for helping me fight them off. Let's continue. Arueshalae closes her eyes again. Surrounding the table, I see a house. A large, spacious kitchen. An array of sunlight coming in through the window. The branches of an apple tree swaying outside. You want to have a house of your own, my venomous butterfly? Demalchio's charred, ghostly face is twisted with hatred. You've deprived me of my home twice. First you took Elysium from me. Then I found myself a new refuge in the abyss. But you destroyed that too. And now you dare to dream of a house of your own? I have wronged you badly, and I feel guilty. I'm not trying to make excuses. There's nothing I could say that would excuse what I've done. But you are dead, Demalchio, and I will never forget you. But I will not let you take my life. You don't have the right to live. So many of them.
We shall overcome.
Oh, I missed. Arueshalae looks pale as she wipes away the sweat and tears from her face. You're so close to finding your dream. You're almost there. Yes, I want to see it through to the end. A kitchen, a teapot on the table. And who's sitting at the table? Look, that's me. But I'm not alone. Who's that with me? It's you. Oh, we're laughing. We're carefree and happy. We're drinking tea and reminiscing about days gone by. But it's not just the two of us. All my friends are here. This whole time, this is what I really wanted. A house of my own, friends, maybe even a family? Family. Isn't that the word mortals use to describe the people who feel them with happiness? The people they love and can't live without? You can't be happy, you scum! You don't deserve happiness! The nightmare's hiss grows into a deafening roar. I will be happy! She looks the monster straight in the eye. Do whatever you want to me, but my dreams are mine forever. Oh, so many. I've got tingles, this is great. Wait, don't I have chain lightning? I don't know if it'll work, but...
Amranda gratior.
They really don't like me. Less about me and more about just Arueshalae.
Do not hold back! Strike as one!
Oh, come on. I meant to be the commander here. The monster is gone, and the kitchen...
I just want to live here, in the world of mortals, with the ones I hold dear. I have solved your riddle, goddess. This is my true dream. Goddess, what is going on? What's happening to me? I have changed. I can feel it. The abyss has relinquished its hold on me. I am not a monster anymore. Oh, Desna, this is so wonderful.
What just happened?
I don't know, but I can feel that everything has changed. Myself, you, everything in the world. Oh, goddess, this is so beautiful. I had no idea that the world could be so beautiful.
How do you feel?
I've never felt better. Everything that I hated about myself is gone. I look at you and I don't feel hunger. I don't want to kill. All the unholy cravings I experienced as a demon, they're all gone. Now I just want to be happy, to live and to love.
So your touch no longer drains the life from others?
No, I am not a monster anymore. Not a predator, not a weapon. Just a woman, like any other female mortal.
So, what will you do now?
First, I'll help you win this war. We'll close the world wound once and for all. And then... You know, I've done so many bad things. My redemption doesn't automatically cancel out all the evil I've done. The people I murdered are beyond salvation now, and my nightmares won't let me forget that. But I can still save the others, those who are still alive and in need of help.
You have found your dream. Congratulations.
Yes, I have. But you have been beside me every step of the way. I could never have done this without you. Thank you so much.
It's time for us to return to the real world.
Yes! I can't wait to see the world through new eyes.
Where'd she go? Why are they barking at the wall? She's bugging. Okay. Okay, we need to say thank you to this guy, because we never even said thank you for him rescuing us. Ah, if it ain't the commander. I was just thinking, where'd my best military leader go? And now everyone, a toast to the commander, bottoms up and no stopping. How have you been getting on without me? At first, we lived life to the fullest. There were plenty of food and drink, and we sang songs. Threw you a fine funeral, I must say. You would have loved it. But then again, when the Mendevian queen left and the demons came, yeah, we had to tighten our belts. It was hard. We were in danger of becoming sober. Luckily, there was this barrel at the tavern, a real patriot it was, loyal to the spirit of old Sarkoris and my own royal majesty. I gave it a very strict orders not to let the beer run out. And believe it or not, it fulfilled its duty. We're still drinking from it. And I made it barren of the services to the crown. I did. They threw us out the tavern, but we found shelter in the sewers under the city. It was tough at first, but we dug out a passage to the tavern, right to the wine vault. Sat there drinking, thinking about what to do, and then I heard your voice, and I realized this. It was time to stop resting, and it was time to fight. I'm not just any old king. I'm a hero, you know? And I led my army, and well, you know the rest. Any orders, Your Majesty? First of all, I am appointing you my generalissimo. Second of all, I order you to go and squash all these demons till there's nothing left of them. Go and return without victory, or do. I'm always glad to see you. The king smiles, and the stench of stale alcohol in his breath leaves you reeling. How did you manage to fight off the demons? Ah, you didn't expect me to be so quick on my feet, did you? You thought, seeing how I was a monarch, I'd only be good for looking kingly and fancy do's and giving wise commands. But it turns out I'm not only handsome and wise, I'm also stout-hearted. Probably because of all the stout I drink. Admit it, old Febronine surprised you. The king wags his crooked finger at you good-naturedly. And the secret is simple. I'm a true king, you know. And what's more important, in a true king, belching loudly, Barbadine continues. A big, pure, virtuous art. The demons simply couldn't withstand my noble spirit. So, when I so much as breathed on them, they fell at my feet. Are you sure it was the spirit of nobility they could sense and not the stench of beer on your breath? My money's on the latter. Beer is a noble drink. As if to confirm his words, the king takes a huge gulp from his mug, wringing his mouth in white foam. What happened to the city's inhabitants? You noticed it too, eh? It's true, Commander. They didn't recognize me straight away. Didn't embrace the true spirit of old Sarkoris. Fabradine shakes his head. But when you got a closer look at me and raised their mugs to my good health, well, they just got carried away by the spirit. Now everything's so different here. There's laughter, merriment, the street, tankards always full, just like the good old ballads my grandpa used to sing to me. So our chorus is rising, it's coming back. Will you go fight demons with me? Of course. Right now, if you like. But later. Barbadine sips from his mug thoughtfully. When you storm the villain's main citadel, I'll be right with you in front of everyone, riding a dashing pig. But while you're just killing the pipsqueaks, don't pull me away from government matters. You can handle them by yourself. I believe in you. Well, I have to go, Your Majesty. Go, my hero, onwards and here's to your victory. Oh. I'm still Lady Armadillo, that's great. Alright, I have lost my I have lost my Arueshalae. Where's she gone? Oh, she's still away. I'm not gonna walk. Okay. It's like I'm not gonna walk all the way. But I am.
Without a doubt.
I'll find out what Ember says anything new. No, it's not Ember. There she is. Ember is bobbing her head and humming a tune. She greets you with a carefree, cheerful smile. Her wandering eyes linger on you for just a moment before darting off again into the distance. Fire turned out much more convincing than kind words. I'm ashamed that I couldn't reach them with my words. Maybe there was another way to convince them? I don't know. I don't like preaching like this, but I'll do it again if I have to. What's going to happen to Nocticular now? Oh, it's up to her. She used to think she was free, but she was actually controlled by her sins. Now she's just actually free and afraid. What will she choose? Maybe she will do evil again. Maybe she will leave the abyss. I don't know. Now everything's in her hands. Okay. Alright, I wasn't expecting this entire video to be kind of, you know... But here we are. It's not a bad thing. Okay. Arueshalae looks at you and smiles. Sadly. Why sadly? You tried to change your nature and succeeded. How does it feel? I feel reborn. I'm a whole new person now. And the world around me seems remade too. It was always hunt or be hunted for me. I never wanted to be the one who hunts, yet I am a predator by nature, so I had to restrain myself all the time to avoid destroying everything around me. I had the eyes of a monster, and they could only see pain and suffering. I couldn't even imagine that there were so many wonderful, beautiful things in the world. I'm still unable to understand many of them, but I will change and will come to understand everything. What's going on with your nightmares? Do they still haunt you? Yes, they do, and that's how it should be. I myself have changed, but my past will haunt me forever. All the evil things that I did. I have a lot of debts to pay, and I have no right to forget them, and my nightmares won't allow it. The answer to Desna's riddle turned out to be surprisingly simple. Yes, but it's not about the answer itself. What if someone told me something like, Arueshalae, you need friends at every beginning of your journey? Of course I needed them. This revelation would not have helped me at all back then. It took me several decades of haphazard wandering in order to understand how dreams work, and what I should do with them. The answer was simple, yes, but this journey was an actual lesson the goddess wanted to teach me. Well, I'm very happy that she is happy. I am very happy that she is happy. I'm now wondering what animals are going to be talking to me. Hey, talk to the dog. Wait, I want to hit the dog. I just killed the dog. Why? I can talk. Why? Why? Maybe it was a demon? That dog was a demon. I don't know why that happened. I killed the dog. I didn't mean to. Well, no, I did mean to. But I can't do any save scumming because I don't have a recent save style and I'm